This is Dr. Yates here in Chicago on our YouTube channel talking about hair transplantation. We have Scott, who you guys know works with us and been working with us forever, and we have Safe, who's one of our patients, and we're going to talk a little bit about hair transplantation. And you can see here this young man has some serious hair, but it always wasn't like that, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Right. Now, you tell us your story. You wore a system for a little bit, and for those who don't know what a system is, tell them what a system is.
So it's the worst thing I have ever done in my life, wearing a system. Yeah, it was like a 2 months trial period, and my hair were even worse after that. I could see that the hair thinned a lot, and that's how I found out that Dr. Yates was the best one in the Chicago town.
Say that again. Dr. Yates was the what?
Best one. Dr. Yates was the best doctor
in the world.
In the world.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I came in, spoke to him. I was convinced in the first meeting, and he walked me through on the process and the procedure. We started from there. Got my system off, and this is how I look.
That's how it looks. So what we're going to do, Scott, because what do we say here? Pictures are worth 1,000 words, and we, a lot of times, when you, we say videos worth 1,000 words. Yeah. We don't say pictures because pictures, Photoshop. And you guys, people have to learn that. This is 2018. All pictures are not what you think, but video, you can see, and we do this in his hair. One, we should start wearing white gloves like Michael Jackson, so we can go like this and show you there are no fibers or. Because everybody, you got to get smarter because all these pictures aren't what you think. So that's why we do a lot of videos, so we can't shake and put the pepper in their hair and do all that kind of stuff. But now let's look at pictures before he saw us. Let's take a look. And you tell us that this is you. We're playing around.
This is you, right?
Yeah, this is me.
This is
I don't want to look.
Now, can you guys see that well? And you can see he had some hair up here, but it was very disorganized. And the system, actually, when you wear a system, and I know all the system people are going to write me up and call the 800 number, but the system sometimes can provide traction on your natural hair and make your hair thin. When I first started out with hair loss, I wore one of these systems too, and it made the hair on top even thinner. For a young person, I just don't think a system's a good idea. Why? Because as you get older, you become psychologically dependent on the system. You always say, nobody can tell I have it on. But I want to tell you something about, I'm going to say 95% of the people know you have a system on. You're not fooling anybody, okay? So it's always better to have your natural hair. So how many grafts did you have?
So I had 3,400 grafts.
3,400. Now, that's nothing to laugh at. That's a lot of grafts. And what we did, you can see we concentrated on this hairline and through the front. Can you come in a little bit, Kathy, so everybody can see? You can see he has beautifully combable hair. And this is what he had before, which really had just a little hair here. And we kind of stayed behind his natural hairline. So, I mean, if he has, do you have a convertible? Car. You know, convertible. Okay, you better get one. Okay, he needs a convertible so his hair can go shh. And you can see even when we do this, it's still good. Shh. And you just take it like this. So what we're going to do today is just actually put some more hair in this mid scalp. Maybe 200, 300, 400. Whatever it takes, and then later we're going to work on the crown. So just want to let you know that results are dependent on, how good the donor is. Everybody's procedure is different based on the donor, the size of what we have to fill in, but he had great results. Scott, you got anything else we need to say that I didn't say?
No, I mean, it makes you, with the hair you have now versus the system you had, you don't have to worry about it falling off.
Exactly.
You don't worry about people looking at you weird.
Yeah, that was a real concern every time I wore the system, and there was a peel. I was like, hey, if someone's watching me and whatnot. So I was like,
did anyone ever say anything?
My brother.
Oh, a brother?
Yeah, he did.
But did you tell him before? Did you tell him you had it on?
No.
But he said something. He said, "What's that?"
Yeah, he said, "What's that?"
Like, that's not good. What's that? But has anybody said, "What's that?" to your hair?
No.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
And just think if you had something on your head all day long, and then you came in because you were losing your hair and you're worried about that. Now you put on a system, it's like wearing a hat, and you're worried even more now. Who knows that you have the system on? It's kind of hard to say which one's better. Which existence is better, the system where you got the hat or being bald? Because both of them, you don't feel good.
Either one are good.
You know, and I'm speaking from experience because I was always thinking, wow, they looking, can they see? And it was almost worse. The day I took mine off was like the best day of my life. You know, you just felt free. It's like, it is what it is.
Yep.
So, any recommendations for people looking for hair transplants, like how to research it? Because everybody comes in and they tell us they've done their research and they say some pretty weird things sometimes. I mean, what do you think would be, you know, would help people make a decision on who to go to?
Yeah, don't go to India or Mexico.
Ooh.
It's cheap out there, but I've heard stories. I mean, those are ridiculously awful stories where there's no professionality and people just sit in a bunch of room with a doctor. Doctor doesn't know anything. The technician does all the work and whatnot. So.
But they do that here now. Good
Yeah.
point. A lot of places, the technician does all the work for the hair transplant, and we don't do that here. I punch the hair, make the size. Punching the hair is very important. If you're going to have a hair transplant and somebody else leaves the room, the doctor, and lets somebody else punch the hair, then that you should get their name, the person who punched the hair, and write the check to them. Don't write it to the doctor. Write
That's
it
why
to
in social media we always say, who's doing your hair transplant? Is it the doctor or is it the technician?
Right,
Yeah.
but a lot of times it doesn't matter
Yeah.
because we see people from all these places and
Yeah.
the doctor doesn't punch the hair, but it doesn't matter till they come here and they're like, "Do you punch the hair?" You know, like they're like, don't
Right.
feel like they're threatening me. I'm like, "Of course I punch
Yes,
the
you
hair."
do.
You know, yes.
Yes.
So we think that's important, you know, and we do punch the hair. And what Safe said about Mexico, what was the other one? Afghanistan. Oh, India.
India.
Turkey's
India,
big.
Turkey,
Yeah.
Somalia, all those places. We don't have anything against them, but you're in the United States. I mean, the United States has the most advanced medical system probably in the world. A lot of people take issue to that. Why don't you stay here? And everybody else who has a job, you know, they don't want whatever they do to be farmed out to Mexico, India, or Turkey. So you have to think of it the same way. You want to keep your business, you know, in the same place to make the country grow, assuming that the services are equal. And I can guarantee you the service here will be equal or greater than anywhere you can go in the world. So there's no reason not to come to Chicago. We're in the middle of the United States. We care about you before the hair transplant. We care about you after the hair transplant. That seems obvious, but somebody
Yeah.
asked us that today. Like,
Yeah.
if I come to you, will you be nice to me or take care of me after the transplant?
Yeah.
And I was confused because it's like, what can you say? You know, of course we, you
Yes,
know.
we do.
If you said, no, I'm not going to be nice to you, who would answer that? But of course, we treat everybody like family because we take this very seriously. All of us in this room have had hair transplants. We understand it. We understand the mental component as well. It's a big deal. Okay?
Absolutely.
So, come see us in Chicago. Thank you.